Uncle Willie here from the land of Carolina blue sky, freshly cut grass, freshly repaired lawnmower, and today we're going to talk about Suburbans. Say hello to the UPS guy. Some people say I have a Suburban obsession. Well, I only have one. And my baby Carmel. She's so sweet. And Diesel. And there's two. This one is a 94 3/4 ton with a big block. That's a 90 half ton with a 6.2 with a factory Banks turbocharger. Hello, Diesel. And then I have behind my makeshift rain shelter here. You have to forgive me, I keep putting my finger on top of the microphone, which is in the world's worst spot on this camera. I have this one, the old war beast itself, which is a 94 half ton 4-wheel drive. And then, for those of you on the tractor forum, this will be the Suburban you're most interested in, as it hides right here under a John Deere tractor cover. So I can have a little deer in my yard, I guess. Ta-da! 1974 Sears Suburban ss16 with the front blade and the back blade. I do have a mower deck for it down the hill. I traded a guy a jet ski for this. And today, what I'm going to try to do, you can see where some genius painted the hood black. I could strangle him for that. But what we're going to do today, we have a charging problem. It needs a new stator. I'm too cheap to buy a new stator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off with this pulley right here, and we're going to put an alternator off of a Chevy pickup truck on it. Why a Chevy pickup truck? Well, because I happen to have a couple. And for those wondering, this is a Craftsman with a hole as big as a fist in the side of the engine block that I traded the guy a snapper for. I may put an engine back in it. So, what I'm going to do now is pause this, and I'm going to go down the hill and try to find an alternator and some steel to fabricate a mount out of. I'm thinking that I can build a mount to put in these holes where the cover belongs, since the cover has never been in my possession and I'm not too awful worried about it. I do have a mule drive pulley, but that will probably never get used because I'm going to build a crane to go out here on the front. So, without further ado, let me get on the little Poland and we'll take a ride down the hill to the barn. Alright, here we go. Contact. Look out, doggy! Coming through. Yeehaw! Here I have a V-belt alternator with all the brackets already made. And I'm thinking I can adapt all those to mount to the Sears. So, I'm going to get on taking this thing off of this junk truck. Alright, now I have all the parts I need. I have two alternators that take a V-belt tools. It's amazing, I had to use almost half those tools to get those two brackets off. I think GM engineers have a random bolt generator that they use. And we'll say goodbye. Alright, I think I've come up with a viable solution here. I'll get the camera to sit still. I'm going to mount this there, like so. A little lower, down there. like that, and that'll hold the alternator there. And then I'm going to put a spacer in here and mount this, if I can get it back around there again, into that hole where the cover went. And then that should ride on the belt just peachy and miss everything in the tractor. Clearances are kind of tight, but this way I don't have to run a second belt to it. And yes, I know that's turning my camera around. I know that's the drive belt, but it's all running off the same pulley, so it shouldn't hurt anything. So what I need to do now is get the drill bits and some bolts and nuts and find something to make a spacer out of and see if we can cobble this junkyard creation together. Alright, here's where I stopped for the day. I got an alternator mounted, but I think it's bad. I'm getting no power at all off the alternator. So tomorrow we'll try again. If that doesn't work, I've got more. I've probably got 20 alternators laying around here somewhere. But for now, I mean, I had it running, it ran perfect once it got gas up to it and all that good stuff. I'm gonna put the battery charger on it here in a minute and get some power back in that little battery. As long as we had it hooked up to her truck, it ran, but as soon as you took it loose, it would die. So tomorrow, if I have time, I'll get back out here and see about putting a different alternator on it. I might take that one, might take them both down to AutoZone, have them tested, because I know what that one came off of. I have no clue where that one came from. It's been in a bin for a long time. And just to make my video prettier. And there's my little tractor, and for now, okay. Alright, and now finally we have the finished product here. Forgive my wiring, because it's going to have to be changed, because this battery is too tall. So I'm either going to have to notch out the hood or something. Right now I have it resting on this so it can't short out. Yes, it's redneck, I know. It's not right, I know, but it runs. So for now it's just going to have to work. But this is a battery out of a Honda. The little tractor battery just would not start this tractor. I put this bigger battery in there and it fires up every single time. Just like this. And with the little tractor battery in there, it would not start at all. So what we have here is a 1980 something, no, this is a 1992 Chevy S10. It's out of the Super Custom Modified Blazer, if you saw that video. Alternator that's been wired back to run. If you don't know how to do that, there are 4 pins inside this connector. The one all the way at the top, if you'll take that one and bring it back down here to your terminal, it'll excite the alternator and make it run. So we have our 83 or our 92 alternator. The pulley up here for the V-belt is off of an 83 Chevy pickup, which also donated this lower bracket right here. Then I have this bracket. It is a bracket, but right now it's being used as a spacer off the 83. And I have a miscellaneous, I believe it's a Nissan adjuster that I put up there. And the only piece that I had to buy out of all this is that belt right there. So I've got about $6 invested in my alternator replacement. And it works, it runs, it charges. It sat here and ran for about an hour last night and didn't die, which it would die in about 15 minutes before, even if you charged up the battery for an hour. So we've got that fixed. I've got a couple little adjustments to make on this and it'll all be done. And then I'm going to get to building a crane on the front of this thing with that big piece of steel right there. So tune in for more exciting stuff. I'm gone.